Hello everyone and welcome to another Top 5 Records video. Let's start 2024 with a bit of thrash metal. And let's do that with a list of the 5 best albums by Metallica. And you know what? I'm not gonna beat around the bush. I'm gonna kick off this list immediately with the first album I actually bought and listened to of Metallica. I was lucky enough, a couple of years ago, I was on a market in Amsterdam and the salesman had this lying there. A first European pressing of And Justice for All. Now, why do I tell about the first European pressing element? Because when you listen to Metallica, the way it was just pressed, the fresh sound of it, it is just astonishing. And Justice and Justice for All is an incredible way to open into the world of Metallica. I mean, the moment the needle drops on the vinyl and you listen to Blackened, I was just completely blown away. This was much more complex than I thought, and this album actually marks a transition phase. A lot of the fans say that this marks the end of thrash metal, though I think it really has rough elements of thrash metal in here, but they are experimenting with complexity, and the state of the band is different. I read somewhere that Lars Ulrich and James Hetfield were rather paranoid at the time. That there were strange things going on, and there is a certain edge to this album. Yet I must remain. I keep hammering on the complexity, the layers, the arrangements. This is really quite something, and what a way to step into the world of Metallica. On the number 5 spot, And Justice for All. Now, the number 4 spot, I think I'm gonna continue talking about that this band has so much to offer. And this album shows that. I know there are some Metallica fans who think this isn't a catastrophe, this album. I think it's a masterpiece. Metallica, S&M. Also known as the with Michael Kamen conducting the San Francisco Symphony Orchestra. This is a 3 LP set of the shows they did with an orchestra. Now, I had to include this. I'm always a bit cautious when musicians start to play with an orchestra. For example, there is this early 90s Eric Clapton concert film in which he plays in the Royal Albert Hall with an orchestra. And, well, for all the good efforts, I believe it was even also conducted by Michael Kamen, that show. For all the good efforts, it's kitsch. It's kitsch. You gotta find in the soul of the music if an artist has to work with an orchestra. There is this album in which they put an orchestra over the voice of Elvis Presley. It's pure horrible kitsch. Metallica and Michael Kamen's collaboration goes to the deep roots of this music. And may I say that hearing this with an orchestra, also the dissonance that they use in the orchestra, it shows the complexity of this music and their classical roots. They have, I mean, it is metal. It is there's thrash metal there, but they have incredible melodies. This is a very sophisticated way of conducting and writing and performing music, and this record makes it all come together. I mean, it is such an incredible experience, and in my opinion, together with the Freddie Mercury's Barcelona, which later on got the orchestra, but Mercury used synthesizers because he couldn't afford an orchestra. It wasn't just a risk at all. Those 2 albums, you know, the combination of, well, not classical music with an orchestra, they are at my top list of what can come from creative, artistic geniuses working within the elements of classical or orchestral music. This one, I've been playing it so often. I've been jumping on the couch, putting this on with friends. It is amazing. On the number 4, we're just yet at number 4. Such an awesome band. Now, what I have here, this was also I was so lucky. 25 euros. I bought this last year at the Vinyl Market, Vinyl Festival in Haarlem. I went there to watch Michael Fremmer, who did a presentation, and then I walked out and I found this on the market. 25 euros, first European copy of Ride the Lightning from 1984, and supposedly this is one of the best sounding pressings. It is amazing. It is amazing. I mean, so this is the core of their thrash metal albums. I mean, they're so rough. They're so rough, but also concentrated. I mean, this is. You can't get further away from a punk attitude. This is so controlled, but it has so much energy. When the needle, it's the vinyl. I mean, this record is now 40 years old, but listening to the original pressing and the texture and the energy that lies in these grooves, it sounds like the future. It sounds like the future. It is so incredible. It has so much beautiful power. And also their ideas about soundscapes, for whom the bells toll. I mean, the way they use a bell in there. I mean, the title suggests you need a bell. I know that, but they create atmosphere and they create dynamics and they create. It's sometimes like as if I hear Renaissance influences in there. The guitars can sometimes sound like that, like they come from the 17th or the 18th century. I mean, it's I'm not sure. Obviously, they're not playing a lute or something like that, but I associate it with it. You know, there is a certain element of that in there, and I love it to death. But it's not that Renaissance or classical influences that make it great. It is the sheer power. These guys are doing something so new and fresh, and this record, Ride the Lightning, is amazing. It's amazing. Now on number 2, I love this one. Again, some fans say they left thrash metal behind, but you know, bands change, sounds change, and when you come up with the Black Album, you're creating new territories. I mean, it's this double LP has so many incredible songs. This was also the bridge from thrash metal to making metal available for a big group of people without, in my opinion, leaving their essence behind. This creates their roots of incredible songwriting. Incredible songwriting. Also, this pressing, the remastered pressing by Bernie Grundman, it's widely available. Audiophile pleasure. If you haven't bought this album, buy it now. This is one of the greatest sounding reissues of this moment. It is not sold as if it's an audiophile issue, but this compares itself to UHQR's One Steps. Bernie Grundman's mastering here is stellar, and the way these songs come to live. Do yourself a favor, put it on. On the number 1 spot, I think everyone saw this coming. Master of Puppets. I mean, what is there left to say about this album? I made a video about this album. You can watch it below. I mean, opening with Battery. And then Master of Puppets. This song. Smoking. I mean, this is pure brilliance. This moment in time, I mean, the way these songs are structured. The energy that is here. The roaring energy. I just can't stop talking about their songwriting abilities. It is so incredible. All these songs, the things that should not be, Welcome Home, Disposable Heroes, Leper Messiah, a note to Ziggy Stardust by Bowie, Orion, Damage Inclusive. It's a masterpiece. It's a rare masterpiece and a unique album. So this is my top 5 of Metallica albums. What do you guys think? Do you agree? Do you disagree? Leave a comment below, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.